Did you know that over 52% of men over 60 experience erectile dysfunction, yet less than 20% ever receive proper guidance on natural solutions that actually work? You're about to discover why your doctor might not be telling you about these proven methods, and more importantly, what you can do starting today to reclaim your confidence and vitality. If this information could change your life, hit that subscribe button right now, because what I'm about to share with you in the next 30 minutes is information most men never get access to. If you're watching this video, chances are you've noticed changes that have left you feeling frustrated, embarrassed, or even hopeless. Maybe it started gradually, performances that weren't quite what they used to be, or perhaps it happened suddenly after a medication change or health scare. You've probably wondered if this is just your new reality, if you're destined to rely on expensive medications with uncomfortable side effects, or worse, if you should just accept that this part of your life is over. I'm Dr. Vicky, and I've been a practicing urologist for over 3 decades, specializing in men's health and sexual wellness. During my years in practice, I've helped thousands of men over 60 restore their sexual function naturally. And today, I'm going to share with you the comprehensive approach that has transformed lives, methods that are scientifically backed, but rarely discussed in traditional medical settings. Let me start by addressing something crucial that most men don't understand. Erectile function isn't just about one system in your body. It's a complex interplay between your cardiovascular health, nervous system, hormonal balance, psychological state, and even your sleep patterns. When doctors focus solely on prescribing pills, they're treating a symptom, not addressing the root causes that are actually within your control. Your erections depend on healthy blood flow, and here's what's happening inside your body that you need to know. When you become aroused, your brain sends signals through your nervous system to the blood vessels in your penis, causing them to dilate and fill with blood. But here's the critical part. If your blood vessels are compromised by inflammation, plaque buildup, or poor circulation, this process breaks down. The foods you eat every single day are either supporting or sabotaging this delicate process. Let's talk about what's actually happening when you consume certain foods. When you eat processed foods high in trans fats and refined sugars, you're creating inflammation throughout your entire vascular system. This inflammation damages the inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium, which is responsible for producing nitric oxide, the key molecule that allows your blood vessels to relax and expand. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There are specific foods that act as natural vasodilators, meaning they help your blood vessels open up and improve circulation. Dark leafy greens like spinach, arugula, and kale are loaded with nitrates that your body converts to nitric oxide. But you need to eat them consistently. I'm talking about including these in your diet at least 5 days a week. Watermelon contains an amino acid called citrulline, which your body converts to arginine, another precursor to nitric oxide. But here's the secret most people don't know. The highest concentration of citrulline is actually in the white rind, not the red flesh. You can juice the entire watermelon, rind included, or add the rind to smoothies. Pomegranate juice has been shown in multiple studies to improve erectile function, but you need to drink the right amount consistently. Research shows that 8 ounces daily for at least 8 weeks is necessary to see measurable improvements. The antioxidants in pomegranate help protect your blood vessels from oxidative stress and improve overall circulation. Dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao content contains flavonoids that improve blood flow and reduce blood pressure. But timing matters. Consuming an ounce of dark chocolate about 2 hours before intimacy can provide immediate circulatory benefits. Let's move beyond food and talk about something that might surprise you. Your breathing patterns are directly affecting your sexual function. Most men over 60 develop shallow breathing habits, especially if they're dealing with stress or anxiety about performance. This shallow breathing reduces oxygen delivery to all your tissues, including the delicate tissues responsible for erectile function. Here's a breathing technique. I teach my patients that produces remarkable results. It's called the 4-7-8 technique. And you'll do this twice daily, once in the morning and once before bed. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold your breath for 7 counts. Then exhale through your mouth for 8 counts. Repeat this cycle 4 times. This technique not only improves oxygenation, but also activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is essential for sexual arousal. Now, let's address something that many men find uncomfortable discussing: the role of pelvic floor muscles in erectile function. Your pelvic floor muscles, specifically the bulbocavernosus and ischiocavernosus muscles, are directly responsible for maintaining rigidity during erections. These muscles compress the veins that drain blood from the penis, helping you maintain firmness. Here's how to strengthen these muscles effectively. The exercise is similar to Kegels, but with a specific technique. Contract your pelvic floor muscles as if you're trying to stop urination midstream. But here's the key: hold for 5 seconds, then release for 5 seconds. Do this 15 times, 3 times daily. But don't just squeeze randomly throughout the day. Set specific times: morning, afternoon, and evening, and be consistent. Sleep quality is absolutely critical for erectile function, and here's why. During deep sleep, your body produces the majority of your testosterone, and you experience nocturnal erections that bring fresh, oxygenated blood to penile tissues. This nightly process is essential for maintaining healthy erectile tissue. If you're not getting quality sleep, you're literally starving your sexual organs of the hormones and oxygenation they need. Your sleep environment needs to be optimized for testosterone production. Keep your bedroom between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Darkness is crucial. Even small amounts of light can disrupt melatonin production, which in turn affects testosterone. Remove all electronic devices at least 1 hour before bed, and consider blackout curtains or an eye mask. But here's something most men don't realize: the timing of your last meal affects your sleep quality and hormone production. Stop eating at least 3 hours before bedtime. When you eat late, your body diverts energy to digestion instead of repair and hormone production. Let's talk about something that's often overlooked: the connection between stress and erectile function. Chronic stress elevates cortisol levels, which directly suppresses testosterone production. But stress also constricts blood vessels and interferes with the neural pathways necessary for arousal. You need practical stress management techniques that you can implement immediately. One technique that's particularly effective is progressive muscle relaxation. Starting with your toes, tense each muscle group for 5 seconds, then release and notice the contrast. Work your way up through your entire body: calves, thighs, glutes, abdomen, chest, arms, shoulders, and face. This process takes about 10 minutes and can be done before bed or during stressful moments throughout the day. Meditation isn't just about relaxation. It's about rewiring your brain's response to stress and performance anxiety. Start with just 5 minutes daily using a simple mindfulness technique. Focus on your breath. And when your mind wanders to concerns about performance or other stressors, gently redirect your attention back to breathing. Consistency is more important than duration. Now, let's discuss supplements that have genuine scientific support. I'm not talking about expensive proprietary blends with unproven ingredients. I'm talking about specific compounds with robust research behind them. L-arginine is an amino acid that your body uses to produce nitric oxide. The effective dosage for erectile function is 3 to 5 grams daily, taken on an empty stomach. But here's important: if you're taking blood pressure medications, you need to consult with your doctor before starting L-arginine, as it can enhance the effects of these medications. Panax ginseng, specifically Korean red ginseng, has been shown in multiple studies to improve erectile function. The effective dose is 900 milligrams 3 times daily. But you need to be patient. It typically takes 8 to 12 weeks to see full benefits. Look for standardized extracts with at least 4% ginsenosides. Horny goat wheat contains a compound called icariin, which works similarly to PDE5 inhibitors, but more gently. The effective dose is 1,000 milligrams daily of an extract standardized to contain at least 10% icariin. Take it with food to improve absorption. Zinc deficiency is incredibly common in men over 60 and directly affects testosterone production and sexual function. The optimal dose for sexual health is 15 to 30 milligrams daily, but take it with food to avoid stomach upset. If you're taking zinc long-term, you also need to supplement with copper, as zinc can deplete copper levels. Exercise is non-negotiable for erectile health, but the type and timing of exercise matter tremendously. Cardiovascular exercise improves overall circulation, but resistance training is equally important for testosterone production and maintaining muscle mass that supports sexual function. Here's a specific exercise protocol that targets the systems involved in erectile function. 3 times per week, do 30 minutes of moderate cardiovascular exercise, brisk walking, cycling, or swimming. Your target heart rate should be 50 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. Calculate your maximum by subtracting your age from 220. Twice per week, incorporate resistance training focusing on compound movements that engage multiple muscle groups. Squats, deadlifts, and bench presses are particularly effective for testosterone production. But here's the key. You need progressive overload, meaning you gradually increase weight or repetitions over time. Yoga isn't just for flexibility. Specific poses improve blood flow to the pelvic region and reduce stress. The cobra pose, bridge pose, and legs up the wall pose are particularly beneficial. Hold each pose for 30 seconds to 2 minutes, focusing on deep breathing throughout. Let's address alcohol consumption, because this is where many men sabotage their progress without realizing it. While a glass of red wine might provide some cardiovascular benefits, regular alcohol consumption above moderate levels directly impacts erectile function in multiple ways. Alcohol is a depressant that affects your nervous system's ability to send the signals necessary for arousal. It also interferes with testosterone production and can cause dehydration, which reduces blood volume and circulation. If you choose to drink, limit yourself to no more than 2 drinks per week and never within 4 hours of anticipated intimacy. When you do drink, alternate each alcoholic beverage with a full glass of water to minimize dehydration. Smoking is absolutely devastating to erectile function, and here's exactly why. Every cigarette you smoke constricts your blood vessels for hours afterward. The chemicals in tobacco damage the endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels, making it impossible for them to dilate properly. If you're still smoking, quitting is the single most important thing you can do for your sexual health. But here's some encouraging news. Your body begins repairing this damage almost immediately after you quit. Within 24 hours, your circulation begins to improve. Within weeks, the cilia in your lungs start functioning better, improving oxygen delivery throughout your body. Within months, your risk of erectile dysfunction begins to decrease significantly. Hydration affects erectile function more than most men realize. Your blood is about 90% water, so even mild dehydration can reduce blood volume and circulation. But it's not just about drinking more water. You need to maintain consistent hydration throughout the day. Drink a full glass of water immediately upon waking. Then aim for 8 ounces every hour throughout the day. The temperature of your water matters too. Room temperature water is absorbed more quickly than ice-cold water, which your body has to warm before it can be utilized effectively. Add a pinch of high-quality sea salt to your water to improve cellular hydration and electrolyte balance. Let's talk about something that might surprise you: the impact of your posture on sexual function. If you spend hours sitting at a desk or in a recliner, You're compressing the blood vessels and nerves in your pelvic region. This chronic compression can contribute to erectile dysfunction over time. Every hour, stand up and walk for at least 5 minutes. When you're sitting, focus on maintaining good posture with your feet flat on the floor and your back straight. Consider using a standing desk for part of your workday, or take phone calls while walking. Your clothing choices also matter more than you might think. Tight underwear and pants can restrict circulation to the genital area and increase scrotal temperature, which affects testosterone production. Choose loose-fitting, breathable fabrics, especially cotton or moisture-wicking materials. Now, let's address performance anxiety, which creates a vicious cycle that many men over 60 experience. When you're anxious about your performance, your body releases stress hormones that constrict blood vessels and interfere with arousal. This leads to poor performance, which increases anxiety, creating an escalating cycle. Breaking this cycle requires a specific approach. First, you need to reframe your expectations. Sexual intimacy isn't just about penetration. It's about connection, pleasure, and shared experience. Focus on the entire experience rather than just one aspect of performance. Communication with your partner is essential. Many men suffer in silence, but sharing your concerns often reduces anxiety and allows your partner to provide support and understanding. Schedule intimate time when you're relaxed and not rushed, rather than hoping for spontaneous encounters when you might be tired or stressed. Temperature therapy can be a powerful tool for improving circulation and erectile function. Contrast showers, alternating between hot and cold water, stimulates circulation throughout your body. Start with warm water for 3 minutes, then switch to cold for 30 seconds. Repeat this cycle 3 times, always ending with cold water. Saunas provide similar benefits through heat therapy. Regular sauna use, 15 to 20 minutes at 160 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, improves cardiovascular function and circulation. If you don't have access to a sauna, hot baths can provide some of these benefits, though not to the same degree. Your gut health directly impacts your sexual health through multiple pathways. Your gut produces neurotransmitters like serotonin, which affects mood and sexual function. It also influences inflammation levels throughout your body and affects nutrient absorption. Include fermented foods in your daily diet. Yogurt with live cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi. These foods provide beneficial bacteria that support gut health. Prebiotic foods like garlic, onions, and asparagus feed these beneficial bacteria and help them thrive. Avoid foods that promote inflammation and damage gut health. Processed foods, excessive sugar, and artificial additives. These foods promote the growth of harmful bacteria and increase systemic inflammation, which damages blood vessels and interferes with sexual function. Let's discuss timing and consistency, because this is where many men fail in their approach to natural erectile enhancement. You can't expect to see significant improvements if you only implement these strategies sporadically. Your body needs consistent input to create lasting changes. Create a daily routine that incorporates these elements. Morning breathing exercises, supplement routine, and hydration. Afternoon, physical activity and stress management. Evening, proper nutrition, relaxation techniques, and sleep preparation. Stick to this routine for at least 12 weeks before expecting significant changes. Track your progress objectively. Note your energy levels, sleep quality, stress levels, and sexual function on a simple scale from 1 to 10. This tracking helps you identify which strategies are most effective for your individual situation and maintains motivation during the improvement process. Understanding medication interactions is crucial if you're taking prescription drugs. Many common medications can interfere with erectile function, blood pressure medications, antidepressants, antihistamines, and proton pump inhibitors. Don't stop taking prescribed medications. but discuss alternatives with your doctor if you suspect they're contributing to sexual dysfunction. Some blood pressure medications are less likely to cause erectile dysfunction than others. ACE inhibitors and ARBs typically have fewer sexual side effects than beta blockers or diuretics. If you're taking antidepressants, some newer formulations have fewer sexual side effects than older tricyclics or SSRIs. Your environment plays a role in sexual health that extends beyond the bedroom. Exposure to endocrine-disrupting chemicals in plastics, pesticides, and household cleaners can interfere with hormone production and sexual function. Choose glass or stainless steel containers for food storage instead of plastic. Select organic produce when possible, especially for the dirty dozen fruits and vegetables with the highest pesticide residues. Use natural cleaning products or make your own using ingredients like vinegar, baking soda, and essential oils. These simple changes reduce your exposure to chemicals that can interfere with your body's natural hormone production. Mental stimulation and cognitive health are connected to sexual function in ways that many men don't appreciate. Your brain is your most important sexual organ, responsible for initiating arousal and maintaining sexual interest. Keep your mind active through reading, puzzles, learning new skills, or engaging in stimulating conversations. Social connections also impact sexual health. Isolation and loneliness increase stress hormones and reduce overall life satisfaction, which can diminish sexual interest and function. Maintain friendships, participate in community activities, or consider joining groups related to your interests or hobbies. As you implement these strategies, remember that improvement is typically gradual rather than immediate. You might notice increased energy and better sleep within the first few weeks. Improved circulation and reduced stress usually become apparent within 4 to 6 weeks. Significant improvements in erectile function typically occur between 8 to 12 weeks of consistent implementation. Don't get discouraged if progress seems slow. Your body has likely been dealing with the cumulative effects of poor circulation, stress, and lifestyle factors for years. Reversing these effects takes time, patience, and consistency. Focus on the improvements you do notice, even if they seem small initially. Some men see dramatic improvements quickly, while others experience more gradual changes. Your individual response depends on factors like your overall health, age, medication use, and how consistently you implement these strategies. The key is maintaining these healthy habits long-term rather than looking for quick fixes. Remember that sexual health is just one component of overall health and vitality. As you implement these strategies, you'll likely notice improvements in energy, mood, sleep quality, and general well-being. These improvements reinforce each other and contribute to better sexual function over time. Your journey toward restored sexual function is entirely within your control. You now have the knowledge and tools necessary to make meaningful changes. The question isn't whether these strategies work. They're backed by solid science and proven in clinical practice. The question is whether you'll commit to implementing them consistently. Start today with 1 or 2 strategies that seem most manageable for your current situation. Perhaps it's improving your sleep environment and adding a daily breathing exercise. Once these become habits, gradually incorporate additional strategies until you're following a comprehensive approach to sexual health. Your sexual vitality doesn't have to decline with age. With the right knowledge, consistency, and commitment, you can restore and maintain sexual function naturally and safely. The power to reclaim this important aspect of your life is in your hands. Take the first step today and stay committed to the process. Your future self will thank you for the investment you make in your health and vitality starting right now. If this video has given you hope and actionable solutions, show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel for more life-changing health insights that your doctor might not share with you. Drop a comment below and let me know which strategy you're going to implement first. I read every comment, and your success stories inspire other men to take action. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and together we can restore the confidence and vitality you deserve.